Hi everyone, my name is Muhammad Daud Ahmed. I'm doing my master's in media technology at TU Ilmenau. So the research paper I'm gonna present today talks about the quality perception research based on the simulated video telephony clips. So this research paper actually creates a data set which consists of simulated video telephony clips in different scenarios. So we'll be going through the introduction, outline, background, methodology, evaluation, results, and finally ending with the summary. So let's move on to with introduction. Quality is actually how we describe the value we perceive in the characteristics of a product or the attributes of a service. So we are using recordings to mimic conversations, which has a long tradition in quality research. So the main aspect of the paper is to use participants to observe and determine scenarios in different set levels of quality, for example, full resolution or a distorted way. So for different video and audio levels, we study quality perception in a conversational environment in the lab. After those clips and audios, this research paper will analyze the responses with quality. So to study people's natural behavior during different conditions of audio-visual quality, we actually invite people in lab and let them talk to each other. But in such a setting, the only factor that is impacting the quality perception is not only the media quality, but social aspects are also affecting and adding to the rating. So isolated environment is used. So video clips are played back to all participants, providing each with exactly the same conditions. Such a level of control is desirable but unrealistic in a real conversation. And since we are asking questions, so speaker engagement is also observed. So let's move on to outline. So the dataset consists of 4 different stories in German language that are told through 10 consecutive parts, and each part is around 10 seconds long. So each of these parts is available in 4 different quality levels ranging from perfect to stalling. So the setup includes camera from Sony, microphone from Rode, and video clips are encoded in full HD and are actual recordings from end user video conference software to ensure the ecological validity and realism of the quality degradation, and to ensure consistency among different clips of the same quality level. Each of the clip has been scored using VMAF for video quality and Polka for audio quality. We'll be talking about VMAF and Polka in the coming slides. So we created the realistic distortions after streaming the videos through conventional video telephony app. So now we have talked about how the videos are shooted, what are the equipments used, how are we gonna work on it. So let's talk about the stories in the videos. So the first one would be the dinner. Here the speaker organizes a dinner for his friends, and then we have the holiday story. The speaker actually talks about a recent hotel vacation in this one. In the hiking, the speaker describes a recent hike through the wilderness. And the last one, the office story. Here the speaker is discussing on an ongoing process of hiring a new staff. These stories were played on a computer in a standard office-like environment, seated, 24 inches screen, and the scales were operated using a standard mouse. Participants are normally using headphones because we only wanted the video degradation to affect our research. So we know how the video is being shot, we know about the stories. Now let's come to the crux of the paper, which talks about the video degradation, like the video quality of those clips. So we have different levels. The first one is the no impairment level. Here the connection is maintained in the best quality possible. After that we have the throttled bit rate. Here the quality is reduced for more stability. Then we have the discontinuity 1. Here we have continuous short dropouts and delays. For the discontinuity 2, the connections are mostly frozen, and after this we have, after a few frames, we get a blank screen, which we mention as connection terminated prematurely. As we have talked about different quality levels, so let's have a sample from the paper. So as you can see in this photograph, on the top right we see the quality level 1, which is the best quality level, and if you move to the bottom left of the same picture, you can see that that is the quality level 4, that is the lowest possible level, and both of them are from the same story, Office. So the target score analysis were based on Video Multi-Method Assessment Fusion, VMAF, for video, and Polka for the audio. Remaining the degradation was based on freeze ratios. So now, since the video has been made, has been degraded and randomly need to be showed to the audience, so let's talk about who was our audience. So we had 25 participants which were selected via a university participant database of TU Berlin. So the median age was 30 years, ranging from 22 years up till 57 years. 10 of them identified themselves as female, and 18 indicated German as their first language. The remaining people spoke fluent German, because we should keep in mind that all the clips are in German. 64% of the participants hold at least one academic degree, and 13 actually were currently enrolled students. The experiment lasted 1.5 hours on average, and the participants were paid 15 euros per hour as monetary compensation. So to motivate the participants on the stories, both visually and acoustically, each part of the clips featured a distinct object, gesture, or pose that could visually that the visually related question can refer to. So when we talked about these content related questions, we got 100% correctness level for quality levels 1 and 2, because the video quality was really good. For the level 3 we got 50% correctness level, and for level 4 we got 25% correctness level. And the liking of the story was based, you can see in this graph. So the Hiking was liked the most, The Holiday was the second liked movie, and The Office was the second last, The Dinner was the least liked stories. So our audience has seen the video. Now let's move on to the results. So we used a 7-point MOS scale following the ITU's rating, scoring from 1, that is very bad, to 7, that is ideal. And for video quality level, 1 was no impairment, and moving on to 4 was mostly frozen. So as you can see, the MOS scores and the liking diversity. So the video quality 1 got the highest score, and the video quality 4 got the low. So previously we checked the mean on the quality levels, based on the quality levels, and now we look on to the overall story rating and responses. Each aspect was administered through a continuous rating scale. So when analyzing the overall perception of the story and the actor, you can see in the figure that the stories were generally perceived positively. And after each trial, a question was asked regarding either the visual or the acoustic content of the video, and the results can be seen in this responses per level and type graph. So in summarizing, we evaluated the stimuli quality through a user study and statistically verified that the effects of the environment on research with different quality levels are truly perceived. We had different levels of distortions, and we had questions for listeners. The limitations were because we captured true degradations. These include dropouts, and the clips vary in duration. So the area for future work should be extending this dataset to include different actors and actresses. Furthermore, the dataset is currently only available in German. More languages should be included. And the described dataset containing all the videos together with an analysis are available publicly.